This ain't where the legends come from. You know what a hero looks like. Pretty little flower, won't you sit back down and go play nice? So keep talking, keep laughing. One day you'll wish you had it. Other people on fire, fire. Maybe it's time they meet their dragon. If you're gonna hold me down, you're not gonna let me into your castle walls. None of you can keep them. 'Cause if I gotta burn it all down, then we'll burn it all down. My oh my, look at who winds up bigger this time. And if I gotta break it all down, then let's break it all down. Bye, 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 playing with fire, and we'll burn it all down. This is where the bruises come from. This is when the game gets ugly. These blood, sweat, tears keep running. Licking my plate 'cause I'm so hungry. Keep talking, keep laughing. One day you'll see what happens. Other people on fire, fire. It's about time they meet their dragon. If you're gonna hold me down, you're not gonna let me into your castle walls. None of you can keep them. 'Cause if I gotta burn it all down, then we'll burn it all down. My oh my, look at who winds up bigger this time. And if I gotta break it all down, then let's break it all down. Bye, 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 playing with fire, and we'll burn it all down. It starts right now. Baby, you're surrounded. Put your money where your mouth is. Bury your doubts under the ground. Then they're gonna watch you step over the ashes. Right now I'm taking my turn with the matches. 'Cause if I gotta burn it all down, then we'll burn it all down. My oh my, look at who winds up bigger this time. And if I gotta break it all down, then let's break it all down.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. I am your host, Tyler Reeves.
And I am your host, Helen Bonezak.
Today, Wartburg College will be facing off against UNI's esports team. We will see a hopefully fun matchup where everybody gets a chance to shine. Today, we are starting on Lijiang Tower in Control. Just as a heads up for formatting issues, there will be a game mode in between Hybrid and Push called Flashpoint. Map to be determined.
Mm-hmm.
And you can hear the players making their monkey noises from the other room.
As always.
They're an energetic bunch, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Aren't we all?
I think you need to swap the...
Yes.
Perfect.
There we go. So we can see that people are still choosing what their heroes are going to be, but I expect that, seeing as this is the same capture point that we ran the last two games last week.
Ooh, Reinhardt gameplay. I love me Reinhardt personally.
I tried Reinhardt. The melee just did not make sense in my head.
Yeah, I used to be a tank main for a long time. Reinhardt was my go-to. He was my first gold gun. And I just think his play style is fun, and I think his character is one of the best designed.
It is a very fun game to play to watch. I just could not grasp it when I was trying.
We're going to see from the Wartburg College side, we're seeing a Reinhardt, Symmetra, Mei, Lifeweaver, and a Ana playstyle, which I assume they're going to try to be a little more aggro, obviously, with their Reinhardt.
And I see that the Northern Iowa has chosen to teleport in using their Symmetra. Unfortunately, Wartburg College should not follow suit.
Yeah, UNI opted to go for the TP, and Wartburg, I'm sure, has something up their sleeve because as of playing with them, they always usually do. And we see now why. They went for a nice little sneaky backline play. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but we have that Life Weaver to save our Reinhardt, and we actually picked UNI's.
Oh yes, and see right there, we got 4 out of 5 of UNI. Only their one healer was left.
Once the tank goes down, it's basically a game of cleanup.
It is. When all that's left are the soft squishies, they go down real fast.
Especially with Reinhardt. We do see from UNI, they are running also a semi-aggro, very damage-centered comp. They want to be up close with theirs, seeing as they have Sim, Reinhardt, and Reaper. And they have a very high damage output backline with their Alari and Kiriko. If Kiriko is able to line up her headshots, she fights like a sharpshooter. We see Pickled Shield going down a little bit, but the UNI TP's in, going for a backline play. Unfortunately, Wartburg wasn't able to adapt right away, but it seems they're able to get it down a little bit for a second. We see a battle of the Reinhardts.
And we see that the Alari managed to take out our Mei, and it was Symmetra off. It looks like UNI's
Amazing
won.
sleep dart from Biggest of Owls. Genuinely great hold by Wartburg.
Especially considering 2 of their characters had gone down.
Yeah, I had my doubts after that intro to the fight, but the supports in the tank lived, and that's what mattered.
That's why it's very important to always push those supports first whenever you can.
We see no character switches yet, but we do see ultimates coming up, and UNI has lots of them. We see an Alari ult coming in, one that is very powerful if positioned well. Wartburg also does not have a cleanse to deal with it. We see Reaper going for Biggest of Owls, but he's holding his own.
Oh, and we see UNI's almost went down with their Rhine. Oh, and there he went.
We see a clean sweep for round 1 of control from Wartburg.
Indeed, though there were quite a few close fights in that call there too.
Very true.
So really, it could be anyone's game next round. They were very closely matched.
Yeah, Wartburg may have taken that round 100-0, but we do know very well that that game was a close one, whether you can see it just through the percentage or not. There were lots of fights that UNI definitely had the upper hand, and Wartburg was just able to defend very well their way out of it. We're seeing a Lucio now instead of an Alari on UNI, maybe trying to get to point quicker with their Lucio and Sim.
Yep, potentially also going to try and boop quite a few people off the map if they get that lucky shot.
Very true. As a Lucio player in Lijiang, I always go for it. I like to play kind of by those back stairs to see if anyone tries to go in and just knock them off. I assume we're going to see both teams go for a TP in through the window, and we do see UNI goes for it. Once again, Wartburg is going to opt not to and just play their own game. Let them have point to start. We're going to see them now start TPing a little bit, just making space. Unfortunately, UNI has set up some very well-positioned turrets. Ooh, we might see Pickle Poet go
and
down.
He goes down, yep. Did not manage to get the support he needed thanks to the ice wall cutting him off.
Unfortunately, as we've stated, once the tank goes down, it's a game of cleanup at that point, which means we are going to see Wartburg lose this fight.
Luckily, it looks like both healers are going to manage to make it out.
Biggest of Owls almost gets staggered there by Mei, but was just barely able to escape. We see now a switch to the Ramatra, probably to try and just beat up that backline and counter the Rhine, seeing as he can punch through his shields. We also see French Rob going to a Reaper and Blurgenturgen going to Pharah. Also just things that we have.
Go for that backline.
As you can see from UNI, they have 0 hit scan, which means that a Pharah is going to be a menace to their team.
Oh, you never know. Some of those Mays get real good with headshots in the icicle.
That is true. May is very fun. We see a tree coming out of Lifeweaver to keep his team up. We did see Reaper almost went down, but he was able to get saved.
And the UNI's Reinhardt did go for an Earth Shatter there. Unfortunately, I don't think it managed to take anybody out.
We saw Nano go onto Ramatra, but unfortunately he didn't have his his Nemesis form up, so he wasn't able to really do good damage with it, unfortunately.
Oh, and there goes May.
Like I said,
Whether or
that
not-
Pharah is going to be a menace because they're not going to be able to do much
Yep.
without a hit scan. The Pharah just cleaning up
in
from
the back
above.
line. Both DPS down and another healer.
That's
All
Pharah's
that's-
third kill this fight.
Yep. So it looks like Wartburg is going to be able to cap on this point now.
And as predicted, and good for you and I, they get a hit scan. They sub out their Symmetra for a soldier, hopefully to beam down that Pharah.
Yep.
They stagger both their Ana and their Reinhardt really badly, so now they're just going to get free ticks here. But if you and I is able to win one fight, then there's a good chance they take this round. So they're just going to, Wartburg's just going to have to hold as hard as they can. We do see that we are going to have, I forget Ramatra's alt name, but we're going to have that, and then we're also going to have a Death Blossom from French Rob. He goes for it in the backline, but it appears he gets no picks with it and barely manages to live. The
And Reinhardt managed to push him off the edge.
That's actually
That is
huge because he had ult, but it seems that it's still an even fight because we managed to clean out their soldier and their Reinhardt. So now both teams are just kind of at a standstill, and I think you and I's accepted just to hold their own and wait for Rein to get back. Maybe if you and I had a Lifeweaver, they would have been able to keep their Rein up, but shoulda, woulda, coulda. And we do see a big anti from Biggest of Owls, but it appears they were able to get cleansed, but they still managed to pick the Reinhardt.
Yep. Ooh, and we see, once again, the Reinhardt and both TPS have gone down for UNI.
Enemy Blizzard, we see French Rob go down, but the UNI is just still down. So many
They
players.
did not have anybody alive to follow through on the Blizzard.
Personally, if I was that May, I probably would have tried to hold it for one more fight.
Yep. But it looks like, actually, she may have thrown it in order to switch over to Bastion instead.
That is true. They are
just
probably
to
looking
get
for raw
that better
damage.
hit scan against the Pharah because she is still just sweeping through their team.
Pharah has just been absolutely cleaning them up this whole game. Ooh, we see clutch grip from Lifeweaver, and it appears that Wartburg's going to take control again unless you and I is able to get something going here. But if no one's able to touch, then it appears they're just out of luck.
Yep.
And
Once
Wartburg takes control.
Wartburg takes control.
Oh, you can hear them again.
Though it was a very good fight for UNI. They just kept getting, unfortunately, staggered quite a few times.
And yeah, that lack of hit scan to start just really let Blurgenturgen shine on that Pharah, able to get so many picks and just so much value from the positioning. That was a great boop away to get away from the turrets.
Exactly. That's some good use of mobility right there for Pharah.
I believe we're going to go to a break for a second to let the teams get ready. When we're back, we'll see you on Hybrid.
All right, and as you can see, King's Row has been chosen for our hybrid map today. So we will go ahead and do both rounds and see who comes out on top. It's going to be very big for any snipers on this map.
Once again, as a reminder, after this will not be pushed, we'll be playing Flashpoint, which is the newest game mode as of Season 6.
Capture 3 points, or first to 3 will win, 5 total points potentially.
Just base knowledge things about... you need to swap the things again, by the way, the college names. Just base knowledge about King's Row. It's a sniper map, and as unfun as that sounds, it's part of the game, which means you need to watch your LOSs, aka your line of sights, because if there's a Widow sitting up in that spawn, she will destroy you. Lots of games lost to Widows on this map.
Always good to have a tank that knows how to play monkey in that case, or a very smart Symmetra.
Yeah. Dive is very powerful on sniper maps, just naturally. It doesn't appear we're going to see a dive. Well, not a hardcore dive from either team. We will maybe see a dive with Sim TP from Orisa. Obviously, we're going to see the attacking team not run as much dive because the sniping isn't as powerful on defense because they don't have the best angles to start off with.
But we do see that Widowmaker from UNI in order to get that line of sight, so we will have to see whether or not she gets any headshots on the healers.
Go figure. We are going to see a pharmacy also out of UNI, which could be interesting. We actually don't see any hit scans from Wartburg, so that could be a problem. They might run into the same problem UNI did last game.
But Echoes do have a advantage of aerial fights compared to Pharah's, depending on how good they are.
Better control. But the only problem with that is that, oh my god, this Reinhardt's just getting cornered off right away. Probably going to get picked.
And immediate separation there from the
rest
rest
his
of his
supports
team.
might actually keep him up. Holy crap.
Wow.
Impressive.
That was some big work put in by all the supports in order to keep that Rein up.
But yeah, if they are running a full-on pharmacy, it might, the Echo, like, against the Pharah might not even be enough with the power that the Mercy just gives Pharah. And we're going to see that Pharah just shooting away, trying to take down the tank, it appears. Well, we're going to see the Rein go down this time for
separated.
sure. Oh, okay,
And
yeah, there
down
we
he
go.
went.
And now we're just going to see them probably try and clean up the supports. Okay, never mind. We're going to see the pharmacy keep going. Again, no hit scan is so difficult.
And good
on
javelin hitting that Pharah out of the air. That was really impressive.
We do see Blurgan take care of the Curie.
Ooh. And down went the Mercy. That was a very hard-hitting javelin right there from
Poor
Pickle
Mercy.
Poet.
We are going to see a switch to the Baptiste instead of the Kiriko, and we're also going to see Mercy switch to
Moira.
Yep.
And the Pharah down to Bastion.
As soon as the Mercy swapped, I figured we were going to see the Pharah swap as well. Obviously, Wartburg hasn't swapped because they haven't died at all, to my knowledge. Big anti from Al. Ooh, barely saved thanks to the Immortal.
And we see the Symmetra fight ended with French Rob going down. Ooh.
We do see that they are just playing counter pick simulator, and they ran Zarya and Sim into the Orisa.
Well, that's what you got to do against Orisa right now.
We do see Blurgan just sitting in their back line, the snake that he is. He gets away. They are going to cap point here. But yeah, as soon as they saw the Orisa and they lost that first fight or two, they decided to just run full counter. Which, I guess it's fair, but it doesn't feel any better.
No. It never feels good to have to switch
Blurgan's
to hard.
still just sitting in their back.
Sitting
He's
on
contesting.
Their back lines, contesting. No movement yet.
The Sim turret.
Ooh, and he went down.
Big pick.
He paid the price for
But we do
going
see the
his back
Bastion go
line.
down. Very big ult from Orisa, and now they're just cleaning up the team at this point.
Which, very surprising, given the fact that we are currently right in their spawn.
Oh, Blurgan.
Ooh.
We do see Bastion is back now with the Zarya. I don't know if they do have the supports. The whole team appears to be back. No, so
Except for the Moira who got picked off.
Yeah, Wartburg is going to want to back up at this point. Otherwise, they are just going to start running them down slowly. We do see a Sim while trying to play the angles for them. Zarya sitting at half HP. We might see a tree out of Pickled Pote, or not Pickled Pote. We do see a Nano go down though. Blurgan has the dupe. He is going to take it and go for a Zarya, which could be very beneficial if they get Grav. Because a Grav would just, it's a very good ultimate.
But that Bastion managed to completely wipe. Looked like he had a bit of
We do see Pickle
pocketing.
Poet already built his ultimate back up.
Very strong hold from Wartburg right now.
Any point where it's single entry with a sim is just painful. We do see that the lamp did save a couple teammates. Can't talk. We do see a switch from Blurgan. He is not running the Echo anymore. Obviously, that Bastion is just going to melt him if he tries to stay. So he is going to go Reaper and try and play backline, I would assume. And they're just continuing to hold this spot. They had to use Tree, but I'd say that's worth it. It's just an ability at the end of the day.
Like all others, no matter how important it feels sometimes, you are allowed to use them.
Whatever it takes to win the team fight.
Exactly. And
We do see Blurgan picks the sim. Ouch. Bastion is just taking all the javelins right now.
And we do see Baptiste is honestly throwing out some very good immortality fields because he knows how to play that corner to hide them, so that way they stay up as long as possible.
I think once UNI is finally able to get past this like choke right here with the bridge, they'll be looking a lot better. But right now they're just in a bad position, and Reaper's just gonna dive Bastion here and kill him.
And managed to get him down.
And Czar.
Woo!
Unfortunately, Czar was antied and just didn't have anything they could do. Pickle
And
Poet
that
built his
is the
ult back up
kill.
again.
That is a wipe.
Unfortunately, Wartburg did have to pop 3 ults for that. We do see that UNI has a Ko and a Sim Wall, which might not be... Sim Wall might not do a whole lot depending on the situation, but the Coalescence can put in work.
Coalescence, depending on how the team plays it, can manage to push the whole team off the point.
I wonder when UNI is going to realize that Blurgan's just going to keep going up and sitting in that spot and waiting for them to go, but it appears that they kind of got an idea because they're taking an alternative route now.
Ooh, and
Try and
I
flank
do
him.
not know how smart of a sim wall
Amazing
that was,
grip,
seeing
because-
as it is nowhere near the point.
Pickled was probably going to get picked there thanks to that May wall, but thankfully Drag was able to pull him out with the grip. We do see that Ko gets popped, but there's just no value when all the teammates are dead.
Nope.
And now we're going to see Pickled push him right back into his Reaper.
Yeah. Just a rough hold here done by Wartburg. Not
Yeah.
much they can do when they can't even approach the point.
UNI got that first point really quickly, but Wartburg is holding this choke dearly.
And we see switch to 2 hit scans from UNI, both Sojourner and Soldier, as well as a switch to Zenyatta, though I don't believe that it matters when you can press Q to win as Reaper, unfortunately.
Press Q for play of the game. We do see that Wartburg does still have a tree, and they'll probably build up to another Orisa ult and a wall. And UNI just has nothing right now. Like, they'd have to hold this fight for a long time if they want any chance of getting an ultimate.
We see that Tree has popped up. Moira trying to hit the back line.
She's actually doing a little bit of damage to Drag.
Managing to hold pretty well, but unfortunately, I do not know that it's going to be...
Drag goes down. And
both healers are down. Pickle Poet manages to pick Zenyatta and Soldier, but that did cost both healers. Unfortunately, it was not enough taking out the healers. Oof.
Great first round from both teams. UNI managed to get that point very quickly, but Wartburg just decided to hold that choke.
They managed to hold that choke very impressively.
Now we'll get to see if Wartburg decides to run their own sniper, or maybe if they want to go for a dive with Pickled Poet's infamous monkey. I don't know if we have mentioned it yet today, but this will be a first to 3. First team to get 3 points will win the set. After first team to get 3, we'll call it at there. We will not be playing all the way through if someone makes it to 3 points. The reason there is 7 game modes listed is due to ties on hybrid. That can happen. Unfortunately, hybrid, there will not be a tie this match just because neither team, you and I didn't finish the push there. So it's going to be win or lose for somebody right here, which means that we will not be going to a 7th game.
Nope.
Sorry, viewers. We do see that Wartburg is not running a sniper besides Biggest of Owls, but you expect is Ana.
Though we do see a pharmacy coming from Wartburg, much like you and I tried to do at the very start of their game.
Appears they're taking one out of UNI's book. We do see UNI's running Sojourn May.
Oh.
Though they will be ready for the Pharah this time.
Yep.
We do see a Zen as well, which could... Oh, switch to Monkey. They are trying to run, maybe not a dive, but just kind of a brawl/poke type deal. Monkey's just going to try and make space, draw the supports, and DPS away from their own.
Trying to get them all distracted from front
there goes
lines.
the hit scan.
Yep.
Which means
and
now...
Monkey has dived back.
Big
but
anti from
I do
Ana.
not know that it's going to be... Ooh, that
Unfortunately, they weren't able to utilize the anti
No.
because of Bubble.
That was very close, though, for Pickled Poet. He almost went down.
They're barely going to be able to touch in time if they want a chance to contest this payload. But it appears they are getting back. But Wartburg got that so quickly, and now if UNI wants any chance, they have to hold this choke for 6 minutes. And this pharmacy is just so gross. We do see a swap to Reaper, maybe for the Monkey and JQ. But JQ might get picked here. Blurgan somehow survives thanks to his supports. That appears a missed bio nade from UNI's Ana.
And we see a Reaper switch in order to try and help pop that bubble faster, but unfortunately it was not.
French Rob is just not letting S-Jet play the game right now.
No.
It's very unfortunate. We're seeing a dive onto the Ana. They're just going to get a free push here, it appears. Like, tank
And
goes down, it's cleanup, and that is GG.
Game.
We will be going to our next... I am so sorry from Durgan. Well, yeah, Pharah. No one likes playing against Pharah. But you do what you got to do to win.
That's the name of the game right there.
We will be going to Flashpoint next. We will see who comes out on top.
Yep. Alrighty. We will have choice of Junkertown or...
There's New Junk City, Saravaza, and I believe there's one more Flashpoint map I just don't know the name of.
Let's see. We'll pull up my handy dandy list that I've got.
I know what it is. I
For
just don't know the
Flashpoint,
name.
we've only got New Junk City or Suravasa.
Oh, they're only playing those two?
Those are our only two options for today.
Huh.
We will see what ends up getting picked. And should Wartburg win this Flashpoint match again, it looks like that will be our best of 3.
It would be a short night.
It would. We will see whether or not UNI is able to bring it back for this game. But unfortunately, it looks like they might be letting things get to their head just a smidge.
I think New Junk City's the better map. Suravaz is okay, but New Junk I think is just more unique and it has better features to it. But we'll see which they want to play. Oh, it appears we're going to be playing on New Junk City, the clearly superior Flashpoint map. I don't know. I don't know personally. I think whichever team has a Lucio just has the clear advantage because it's a speed-based game mode. I personally believe whoever gets the point first just has the advantage due to how fast point unlocks and how fast it ticks. So you want to run these speed-based, like, dive-type comps, and I think a Lucio just gives a high advantage. And I don't know if Drag or Al are big Lucio players. I usually just see them run the ones they usually run, but maybe we'll see a Lucio out of one of them. I assume we'll see a Sim for that extra boost, but potentially not. And
Probably a monkey from Pickled Poet in order to get that.
I've been
fast.
seeing him run a lot of Junker Queen in this game mode, just because Junker Queen has a lot of damage and speed built into her.
And this would be her map.
And we are going to see the Junker Queen. We are not going to see the Lucio. Sad moment, but it's whatever. We are going to see definitely a speed-based comp from both teams.
We will see Biggest Val's fall behind, as he's going to be the only one without any mobility to get him forward.
He will be the slow one, but that's usually is the Ana player. He will provide lots of help from backline. The only thing we'd have to worry about here is the enemy team having a Zen could be detrimental to our Junker Queen, considering she has no shield or big time movement. She's got her shout, which gives a little bit of speed, but that's about it. No like big movement if she's caught out in the open a little bit, because if she gets discorded, that Reaper or Sojourn could absolutely destroy her with how little HP she has for a tank. We are going to see Wartburg opt for the low ground here, but it does provide more cover down low. We do see French Rob get an immediate pick on Reaper. That's so unfortunate for UNI. We are going to see that point. See, it unlocks so quickly. And yeah, the Pickle Poet's just going to cap while French Rob plays cleanup for fun.
Yep. Takes out both of their healers and the other DPS.
And there goes the team.
And there goes the team.
Unfortunate first fight for UNI, but we'll see if they're able to pull something out.
They do still have time to take it back, so it's never over until all 3 points are captured.
We're going to see them just spam down the doorway and not let them peek. Oh, he's going to get it. Oh, close. More damage ball. Yeah, having 300 base health without shout can be very scary when you're a Junker Queen, because it just means that even like characters like Widow can almost one-shot you.
And we do see French Rob take out the enemy Junker Queen. Because of that lack of
Biggest of Owls goes down to a Sojourn rail. This could turn the fight around for them, but French Rob is holding that angle hard, and their Sojourn
Pickled
is
Poet
able
managed to pick off their Zenyatta, so that was a healer trade right there.
It is unfortunate that just Wartburg's not able to touch because of how fast it ticks in this game mode. It's really unfortunate. Because like whoever caps first just has such a huge advantage if they're able to hold hard.
Yep. It takes a lot of effort to recapture the flashpoint.
We're also, it appears, seeing a close point, so both teams are going to be able to get there quickly. Reaper's going to hold point. Ooh, we see a switch to Cassidy, which could also be very fun.
Ooh, boy, Pickle Poet is
Pickle Poet goes down. We might see a visor here, though, just to play cleanup, but it appears that their Junker Queen was also low for a second there. We just see their whole team is low, and they're just cleaning up. Huge anti.
It is just not enough.
They're playing peekaboo now around a bunch of barrels. We are going to see the visor and the Kitsune got popped there. Ooh. UNI actually might take point here.
They will.
It's a good start for them.
They are starting to cap.
But it also unfortunate is the tank gets back and it's only the Cassidy and the Junker Queen, it looks like. But now the UNI team is starting to get back to support their JQ. Cassidy did get staggered, but they might be able to hold here with the ultimates they have.
Though it does look like Blurg and Turgan is going to try and go for a bit of a cheeky flank to get off his ult, so we will see.
That JQ just gets pulled in, I assume, by a knife is what happened there.
And shot down by French Rob. And went for the supports.
Both supports down.
As is always the smartest option to do whenever you get the chance. Supports go down first and the rest of the team will follow.
We'll see what Wartburg's able to cook up here, because they're going to have 4 ultimates going into this fight. But if we see a nano rampage from Wartburg, that could just clean the whole team up.
It could.
We're gonna. Oh, Pickled Poet gets killed out of his.
Luckily, Nano had not been used yet by Ana.
Ooh,
otherwise,
very
that would
nice
have been
anti.
two ults down. But
She's
And
going to
she
heal
went
with
down.
her last breath, and then they're going to get pushed off point, and UNI's going to retake here.
Mm-hmm.
JQ's on her way back, but who knows if it's going to be in time to have a real effect. We see Blurgan going for a nice flank here.
Ooh,
Gets picked
unfortunately
off.
gets outflanked by the McCree.
French Rob manages to take down their JQ, which is also very big, though. We're going to have to see a huge high noon if they want a chance here, because Wartburg is going to touch, and they're going to have a tank.
We do see, yep, and
There's
there
the high
went
noon
that
to
high
hold them
noon.
off.
Is he gonna have the? Nope.
No picks,
Everybody
but they are
managed
able
to
to
get
hold point.
tied. Yes.
There goes Pickled Poach, which means that UNI is
And
just
biggest
favored to
Valve.
win.
French Rob is currently just trying his best to stall. Unfortunately, I do not think it was going to be enough. And we are going to see UNI take this.
Unfortunate, I assume Al went down early there. He's first up, and he had Nano, which means he probably could have made a difference with that. But honestly, it's fine just giving them a point here instead of
Yep.
risking wasting Nano.
Potentially on the next point, we're going to see a nano visor that might honestly also be Kira boosted, dependent on whether or not they want to throw 3 ults to get this point.
I would say, considering the enemy team has 0 ultimates, I think just popping Nano Visor itself would be good. To be honest, popping Kitsune by itself would be good. Kitsune is a very powerful ultimate.
It is,
Very
especially in comp
s-
like this where it's all focused on everybody doing as much damage as possible.
We do see French Rob's aim is just so great.
Yep.
Not when there's a rail in the way, though, unfortunately. We do see he has the visor. Will they go for a Nano Visor here? Ooh, Pickled Poet gets
got
picked here. It appears they're going for it.
for just the visor right now. I don't see. Nobody has popped the nano though.
Yeah, it appears we're not going to have a Nano to go with it, but they're not going to need it, it appears. So Big
Nope.
Al's just going to continue holding that Nano.
Nothing necessarily wrong with that.
Honestly,
but
we're getting to the point where you could have popped it earlier and had it back up by now. Sometimes it's not worth it to hold your cards. Sometimes it is.
We are seeing though that Wartburg has 3 ults. Ooh. Astrat managed to
Other
take
tank,
out Blur.
what's your health?
What's your health?
Ooh, wait a minute. Zarya at 325 does seem semi-low. Maybe there was an issue with health scaling with this with the tanks. They might be set to like the
Not proper
yeah, like
to quick play levels.
yeah, it appears from the other tank's reaction. I thought 300 for JQ straight up was a little low. So yeah, there was definitely an issue there with health scaling for the
Ooh.
tanks. So
Are we potentially going to be calling for a pause to get this fixed, or are we choosing to go forward?
we might see, because that's definitely not supposed to be right.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're at least semi-laughing about it. I guess I can't see their faces, but it appears they're being comedic. We'll see what they want to do. Maybe they'll just they'll play the game out and then just say, we don't count this round.
Could potentially just
I don't know
call
if
Flashpoint to wash.
I don't know if that falls within any CC standards. Blurgan Turgan's just getting... Oh, but he has the Blossom, and it's just huge. I was going to say he was getting cornered off by himself. I didn't look to see he had Blossom.
Nope. And a clutch Zarya bubble there too, so.
Yeah, I honestly thought that JQ... I was like, 300 health? That doesn't seem like a lot for JQ.
No.
So, yeah, that is...
Yep, and we can see them debating in the chat what they're gonna do about tanks not being full health for this. Looks like Coach
Excuse
Fish
me.
is calling for the game to finish like normal, and then we'll
Coach
speak
Fish.
to admin. So potentially we might be seeing either a redo with proper health or just not counting of Flashpoint.
I assume they'll do a redo, if anything, because I don't know if NECC would really want us to just wash Flashpoint. Even if most people don't like this game mode. I personally don't have a problem with it. Ooh, we're going to see big Zarya damage here if
Yep.
she's able to build up charge. Oh, they're just so
and,
rough that Zen wasn't able to push in enough to heal up the JQ. Almost like a wasted trans, to be honest. It's unfortunate. Yeah, that's rough for them. They do manage to pick Blurgan, but it's not going to make a huge difference.
Nope.
Yeah, and honestly, it might have made a difference if JQ had more health there.
I know. But these things do happen, so we will just
I wonder if we've
like
been
we
playing
saw,
like that
they
the
will
whole
be
time.
That would be rough, having to restart both.
Just restart the whole match?
Just restart the
Yikes.
match.
Actually, go check that. I'm going to try and see what the hells were earlier.
Gonna go back and view the
funsies.
VODs.
Yep, I'm on Twitch right now. Let's look for funsies. Hello to the 7 viewers in chat. Let's go, Wartburg. Ads. Thanks, Twitch.
Oop.
Love you. Ooh, we see a nano visor from French Rob. Probably
Ooh, gonna take out that.
disrespectful to the Zen considering he was like the only pick from it, but it's okay. The Zen was kind of cornered off by himself, to be honest. It was an
Yeah.
unfortunate situation. Can I only watch it live when it's currently being streamed? Sometimes Twitch just, Twitch.
Yeah. Twitch has its problems.
I like YouTube more. French Rob going crazy.
Yep. We see Poet asking in chat whether or not last game health was messed up as well.
No clue.
And they have no
I'm trying to
clue.
look, but Twitch doesn't like to work. Can I do it like this? French Rob is crazy, by the way, as a response to you in chat. He absolutely is insane. He's got a built-in nano visor.
They do suspect that they would have noticed last round, but like I said, we're gonna.
I don't know what would have changed
our-
that, like, between last round and this round, what would have changed that could have made that difference, to be honest. Anyways, we're going to figure that out real
Yep.
quick. And
So we will go to a quick pause while we determine what we're gonna do, and we'll be right back. All right, and we're back. So it looks like we have decided to call that one a wash. It not only had wrong health for both the tanks playing with quick play, but it also allowed skins to be on, which is normally not allowed for our competitive matches, just to make sure everything stays equal across the board.
Unfortunately, NECC made an oopsie when they created the lobby. Oh, we might actually have to do something else. We finally got a response from an admin. We were just deciding before. Please play Flashpoint on competitive settings. Sorry, I don't know if you guys are supposed to hear that or not. It appears we're going to try and redo Flashpoint, it looks like, but try and fix the settings, I guess. But NECC, what they do is they give us our own, like, pre-built lobby, kind of, that we're meant to use. But the only problem is I don't know if we can actually edit it. I'm not sure. I don't think so.
No?
I'm being given a no.
It says competitive rules are on for Flashpoint. So we're
just hold on a second.
Yep,
We're figuring
we're
things out.
still experiencing some technical difficulties, but thank you for sticking with us.
What was that? We are just going to go to push. We are washing Flashpoint because why not? We're calling it.
We're going to wash it until we can figure out what is wrong with the settings for it.
But what that means for you guys is we get more gameplay.
It does.
Push is a game mode that lasts a long time no matter what.
It sure can.
10 minutes minimum. Excuse me.
So we will see whether or not we end up doing another round of Flashpoint, but right now we are just going to move forward to push while we try and figure out what's wrong.
I doubt it. To the like 7 or 8 of you or 9 of you watching, thank you. We appreciate you. And if you are on campus, you can just come watch it in person in the esports room. Doors are open. We got a couch ready with a big TV. Get over here now.
We do welcome everyone to come join, as long as you are
As long as you're
Wartburg
respectful to the
students
players.
and we're respectful and try not to distract anybody.
We would love to see. And it appears we're going to be seeing Coliseum because no one likes New Queen Street.
Nope. Never gonna get played, not unless somebody really hates us.
There's so much congestion on that map. It's just awful in every way. But Coliseum is a good one. I personally love it as a Lucio player. I'll bring that up every time.
As always, we hear the Lucio mains bragging about their mobility.
Just do better. But anyways, we're going to see Coliseum. In about 12 seconds, we're going to see character compositions. Coliseum, similar to Flashpoint, you want teams that move a little faster. This isn't one you want to play slower. You want to get that point moving as fast as possible and be able to contest as much as possible.
It's all about who can push the farthest.
And we're going to see comps with a little bit of speed. Oh, never mind. Wartburg is apparently... It looks like they're going for a dive type
Bit
style.
of a dive, yeah.
And we can hear the monkey noises in the other room.
And there comes the pharmacy.
Double flight with the monkey could just be gross, especially if the other team is playing a Widow. Like, that Widow's just not going to get much done if they're constantly being dove.
But it does look like last minute change, choosing Orisa instead. We will see what ends up happening.
Screw that railing. We're going to see Soldier take the front line, being the trooper he is. French Rob and his built-in aimbot.
Yep.
It appears he's going for a little bit of a flank, maybe try and pick some supports, or maybe that Widowmaker. If that Widowmaker is able to get one pick, it will be very bad, especially considering that UNI has the superior tank matchup, Zarya into Orisa.
Though we do see Blurgan Turgan is currently very heavily into the back lines.
And he gets picked by the Widow for it. He got a little aggressive and paid the price.
Indeed.
We are going to see Wartburg has to fall back a little bit. The Mercy might get picked if she's not careful.
And Blurgan Turgan switching to a Sombra instead in order to try and get that pick.
He got killed by the Widow and took it with offense, and now he's probably just going to hack and mess with her a lot of the game.
Whenever
we may see Zarya get cornered off here from her team.
Into the back lines.
Oh, Lifeweaver's
But a
able to pull her
Lifeweaver
out.
grips and pull her out.
We do see that it appears Rob was going for a flank, but Kiriko and Soldier were able to hold him off. He is damage boosted by Mercy, which is a very powerful effect. Blurgan almost goes down, but of course translocates right away, which is the Sombra style.
Seeing French Route popping down those biotic healing in order to stay up. Now we do see both teams building majority of their ults.
We do see that Mercy Pocket is very powerful.
Ooh.
We do see an enemy Kitsune, which could be very bad, but Pickled Poet does not care. He's just walking in like nothing's wrong. We see enemy Visor come out now.
Enemy
Picks
Visor.
drag.
Yep.
Zarya apparently didn't have a bubble in time. We do see another
Ooh.
pick from the Visor. That was a
Yes.
late one. Anna goes down,
Getting
which
both.
could spell doom because Mercy heals alone are not crazy.
Well, Mercy was already down.
Oh, was Mercy? Oh, yeah, that's right.
That was right.
Sorry. Yeah, and now I assume we're gonna see Pickled gets away just on time.
Yep.
Ooh,
but a
just-
French Rob did go down. Oh,
Ooh,
but
the
we're getting a
res.
res.
French
And
Rob is
now he's
back
back.
in action. We do see UNI is
Ooh.
taking the lead here. Oh, that
See
Widow
him
is
trying to go for that
one.
Widow, and she's down.
She probably, actually, never mind. It appears Blurgan was there as well.
And
then-
there goes the Lifeweaver.
Oh, we're gonna definitely see Kiri go. Oh,
Oop,
TP.
managed to get out.
Never
oh, but
mind.
right into French Rob's line of sight.
The supports go down, and so does the
the
team. Soldiers trying to run away, and he
And-
staggers.
Yep.
Would have been
French
better
Rob
off
goes
probably
chasing
just
him
dying.
down.
We're gonna see Blurgan get a pick on the cast.
Oof.
Rough.
In place. Peace.
Yeah, we are seeing Wartburg College very aggressive, just leaving Anna on to push. Probably for the best for her, seeing as she should be far in back lines just to make sure that she can stay up.
Big
Ooh.
EMP, and Pickle Poet is separating Zarya from the team.
Managed
No
to
Life
get
Weaver to
down
grip him.
Lifeweaver, but unfortunately it was at the cost of Pickle Poet being taken out by the soldier.
Wasn't a huge team fight for Wartburg, but it was
No.
enough to contest and just keep moving that point. But now UNI is back on. Pickle Poet actually got picked there. I didn't even notice
Ooh,
that.
and Biggest of Owls has gone down.
What division is this? I don't remember. I think it's the division above Negotiators. Can you check? I'm not exactly sure what division. I know we just went up in division recently because obviously we're way better than we were last year.
I mean, just a sec while I pull up.
Ooh, we do see another big team fight here. Arissa's going to build to that ult and potentially kill Lifeweaver. He just used all of his mobility cooldowns, but chooses to back off. We are in the Emergence division, which is kind of like your Diamond and your Plat players. Negotiators is the one below, I believe, and that's kind of gold. That's what we were last year, but we have ranked up so much since then. Or at least these 5 gentlemen playing have. I'm a first year, so, and my little butt is still in gold. You see soldiers running for his life. Uh-oh! He got flanked.
Were you able to see what?
Yeah, it was
division?
Emergence. We do see they get that forward spawn now, which will be huge for just keeping contention on. Making this game even harder for UNI. We do see a grab here, but Zarya has to back off due to how low she got.
Yep.
And then Reaper gets picked. Nano Visor just goes so crazy. We do see a tree come out, but it might be a little late.
Boop.
Boop! Ah!
Pickle Poet manages to push off the Zarya with the.
It's always a feel-bad moment for a tank when you just get pushed off the map, but it appears that UNI is actually kind of coming back here. The soldier is putting his team on his back, but is it enough? Gets pushed off. Unfortunate.
Yep.
Orisa is just so powerful with the
And
utility
there they
she
go.
has. Orisa has CC, she has movement. Orisa's got it all. Survivability. Orisa is just one of the most powerful tanks in the game right now. One of the most powerful characters in the game right
That
now.
is why she is the tank that I learned when I was playing.
I don't like playing on easy mode.
Listen, if I don't play on easy mode, I won't be able to play at all. So
We're probably going to see an EMP here if I had to guess, but Blurgan's going to try and position himself better for it. Assuming he's going to go for that Kiri. Does not EMP right away. Waits for the Suzu to come out. Oh, Lifeweaver. Oh, a bubble from the Czar. Kiri's might
Still
go down here.
trying to flank
Never
that Kiri,
mind.
but
Pushed
unable.
off. But all this time, we're still pushing point.
Yep. Still moving forward, just in the background as
Enemy
they are
Kitsune
unable
comes
to
out.
come forward.
We do see no ults from the Wartburg now, but we do see that they have a Death Blossom, and Reaper went
And
for
Reaper
it.
went for it, manages to get both a DPS and a healer, which was very big push.
We are going to see the team
And there went
fall
the
here.
tank. Yep, that is going to be a team fall from Wartburg, and UNI is going to take back the point.
Just ult charge we see. We are seeing potentially another Nano Visor coming up soon. We're going to see an
We
Orisa
do.
ult, and then we're going to see a
Pretty.
grab and a tree.
Yep, they are pulling quite a few.
We see Blurgan going for that backline, being held off a little bit, but distracting the support so they weren't able to fully sustain their Zarya. Oh, beautiful pedal from Lifeweaver. Unfortunately, he still goes down. Lifeweaver also just has some amazing utility, and with his recent buffs, he just does a lot of healing as well.
Yeah.
Lifeweaver is he is a very solid support right now. We do see Orisa, Pickle Poet just does not care and just keeps pushing.
He only knows W in this house.
He does.
And thus, Wartburg has taken back the robot, and they're going to be pushing forward. Ew. And that's a big stagger there, taking out the Lifeweaver after all the rest of the team has already respawned.
We are going to see these 3 or 4 just push point back up while the Ana just continues getting point back to where it was.
And we can probably see going to be some conservative gameplay as Reaper takes high ground.
Ooh, big
And
grab
there's that
potentially.
grab.
There they go. And by they, I mean French
Just
Rob.
French Rob. Potentially, oh, yep, and
There's
there's
the
that
nano.
res. There's the res from the Mercy, or Anna, unfortunately, it came at her life. But thankfully, it also resulted in team kills, so it was definitely worth it.
Pickled Poet does rock indeed, Dana.
And so we
Oh my
see.
god, there's that
Ooh,
built-in aimbot.
And that soldier goes down.
There's the tree.
We see
Try
a
and
tree
keep the
come
team
forward,
up.
and looks like Kiriko ult as well.
Pickled Poet goes down. If they don't, they need to try and hold off that res. Just so Mercy can't get it, because if they,
Yep.
it appears they are going to back off now since they don't have a tank, which is smart. Blurgan is, Blurgan might get
Ooh.
picked. Barely manages to escape.
Yep, that is a smart use of translocator right there, making sure that they get the fall back.
Reaper just got a lucky pellet that hit him and revealed him.
But we do see going into this fight, we've got both an EMP and an Orisa ult. But the enemy team has Death Blossom and Visors, so it will be a close matchup to what's going to actually
We're
happen
going to see
here.
that Orisa ult go off with an EMP. Gets the
Ooh.
soldier, gets all of them. They're
Yep.
all down. And that
Everybody except for that Reaper, and he is trying to take out back line.
took Al with him. And it appears that is going to be GG.
Yep.
We are going to see Wartburg take this map. They're not able to touch in
Nope.
time. Great
And
game.
that is going to be all 3 wins that Wartburg needs, I believe.
Played well by both sides.
Very well played by both sides, so it was good all around. And we see S-Jet gets the play of the game this
Let's
time.
go, S-Jet.
I'm gonna believe
Yeah,
it is
right
that
here.
quad kill that happened.
It did win them the fight.
Yes. Very good push. Yep.
Enjoy your colors. Yep, Pickled Poet. Gotta love him.
Alrighty. So that is going to be game for tonight. Thank you everybody for showing up and coming out. We will see you next week for another game of Overwatch.